I think my wife's Uber driver is more than just a driver. Hey Reddit, I don't even know how to begin this. I, 38M, have been married to my wife, 34F, for 6 years. We don't have kids, not by choice, just how things worked out so far. Our marriage had its ups and downs, but I genuinely thought we were solid. Until recently, my wife, let's call her Lena, has a job downtown, and traffic plus parking is a nightmare, so she started using Uber more often. Nothing unusual. I even joked at one point that she had a second husband driving her around. She laughed and brushed it off. This started maybe 7 months ago. It became kind of a thing. Oh, Victor's picking me up again, she'd say. Victor, her favorite driver. Apparently, this guy was always nearby, so polite, always offers gum, remembers her coffee order, yada yada. I didn't think much of it. I work from home, so it was convenient for both of us. But then things started to feel off. Like one evening, I suggested picking her up myself because I happened to be near her office. She paused for a second too long, then said, "No need, I already booked Victor." Wait, what? So I asked, "You specifically requested him?" She said, "Yeah, you can favor drivers now. It's just easier." Okay, fair enough. But it happened again, and again. And sometimes she wouldn't come home right after work. She'd text, running errands, be home soon, and show up an hour later, dressed a little too nice, sometimes with perfume that didn't smell like the ones she owns. I chalked it up to paranoia. I didn't want to be that guy. Until one day, she left her phone on the couch. A message popped up from someone saved as, V. I miss that laugh of yours already. I stared at it, my stomach twisted. I didn't open it. I knew that if I did, there was no going back. So I waited. She came into the room, snatched the phone like she was hiding nuclear codes, and muttered something about a friend from work. I knew something was wrong. I just didn't know how bad it was going to get. Part 2. I caught my wife having an affair in an Uber with the driver. Hey Reddit, last time I posted, I told you all about Lena and her favorite Uber driver, Victor. I suspected something was off. Turns out, I wasn't being paranoid. I was being lied to. Repeatedly, boldly, disgustingly. So after that suspicious text from V, I started paying closer attention. Not snooping, just observing. And man, once I let myself look clearly, the signs were everywhere. She became distant, snappy, overly defensive. One night she came home late, hair messy, lipstick smudged, and claimed she was stuck in traffic. We live in a small city. There's no traffic at 9:30 p.m. on a Tuesday. I decided I needed proof before confronting her. Last Friday, I told Lena I had a client call in the evening. I pretended to settle into my office, but instead I snuck out with my brother's car and followed her Uber. Yeah, I saw the notification pop up on our shared email. Same driver, Victor. She got in dressed to kill. He didn't even drive far, maybe 10 minutes away, into a shady parking lot behind some abandoned strip mall. I parked far enough away to not be seen and watched in horror. They were all over each other in the backseat. This wasn't some emotional connection, or we just kissed. This was full-on sex in the back of his Uber, like some cliché porn scenario. I froze. I couldn't move. My heart was slamming in my chest. Then I did something I'm not proud of. I pulled out my phone and filmed them through the windshield. I didn't know what else to do. I needed proof. After maybe 15 minutes, she got out adjusting her skirt and laughing. He slapped her ass. She kissed him again, then got back in the front passenger seat like nothing happened and they drove off. I didn't follow. I sat in my car, shaking. I wanted to throw up. She came home an hour later with a freaking smoothie in her hand. Said she went to run errands and grabbed something healthy. I asked, was Victor helpful with your errands? She froze, then went into full-blown Oscar-winning performance mode. What? Are you accusing me of something? You're being paranoid again. This is why I don't tell you things, because you always overthink and control me. She flipped it so hard I almost doubted myself, even with the damn video in my phone. But I didn't show her yet. I just said, okay, and went to bed. Because now I had a plan. Part 3. I confronted my wife with the truth, and she lost it. Hey Reddit, this is the part you've all been waiting for. The confrontation, the lies, the meltdown. After I saw Lena with Victor in the back of his Uber, I couldn't sleep for 2 nights. I kept replaying the scene in my head, her moaning, laughing, kissing him like I didn't exist. I felt humiliated, like I was just some background NPC in the story of her real life. But I wasn't going to be the quiet fool anymore. So I planned it out. I waited until Sunday morning. Lena was scrolling through her phone at the kitchen table, acting like everything was normal, drinking her almond milk latte, wearing one of my t-shirts like some kind of cozy, devoted wife. I sat down across from her. Calm, silent. She looked up. Can we talk? I asked. Cue the first eye roll. What now? She said, annoyed, like I was interrupting her peace. I pulled out my phone, opened the video, and hit play. I didn't say a word. Just set it on the table, screamed toward her. For the first few seconds, she just stared. Then her eyes widened. Then she exploded. What the hell is wrong with you? Are you spying on me? That's an invasion of privacy. Not, I'm sorry. Not, let me explain. Just pure, hysterical deflection. I asked her, calmly, how long has this been going on? She shouted, it's not what it looks like. I said, it looks like you're banging your Uber driver in his car like a back alley hookup. And that's when she completely lost it. Screaming, crying, throwing her smoothie at the wall. Accused me of being emotionally distant, of not giving her enough attention, of making her feel alone. Then, I swear, she said this line, Victor listens to me. He makes me feel seen. Are you kidding me? She kept lying, changing timelines, saying it was only twice, then only a few times, then you pushed me to this. It was textbook gaslighting, a full-blown narcissistic meltdown. I told her I wanted a divorce. She went silent, then muttered, you're going to throw away 6 years over this? Yes, if ***ing am. I packed a bag and left that day to stay with my brother. She's been texting non-stop, alternating between rage and begging. I'm ignoring her, but this story's not over. Not even close. Part 4 thought my wife was the only liar. Until I found out who Victor really is, I didn't think this could get crazier. But oh my god, it did. Remember the Uber driver, Victor? The one my wife was cheating with? Yeah, turns out he's not just a driver. And this whole thing goes deeper than I ever expected. So, after I told Lena I wanted a divorce and left to stay with my brother, I started collecting everything I needed, finances, legal docs, all that. I also did something I probably should have done earlier. I looked into Victor. Since Lena was still texting me like a maniac, sometimes begging, sometimes threatening, sometimes pretending none of this happened, I got curious. I ran his name through a basic background check. Here's where it gets weird. There's no record of a Victor with the last name Lena gave me. No Uber registration under that name. No local driver's license either. I dug a little deeper, my cousin's in IT, and he helped. We found his real name, not Victor, and guess what? The guy has a criminal record. Fraud, identity theft, suspended license. Oh, and he's not even a licensed Uber driver anymore. He was banned from the app a year ago. Let that sink in. The guy my wife was screwing wasn't even supposed to be driving. I was shocked and furious, so I confronted Lena again, over text. Told her I knew who Victor really was. She denied it at first, then finally cracked and said this. Okay, maybe he used a friend's account, but that doesn't make him a bad person. He's just complicated. Complicated? The guy she was screwing in his backseat is a full-on scam artist. She claimed she didn't know any of that, which I do not believe. The guy doesn't even own a real car. The one he uses is registered to someone else entirely. It's probably a front. Here's the kicker. He knew who I was. My full name, where I worked, everything. Lena had clearly told him. My cousin found an old social media account of his, and one of the posts from months ago was a blurry picture of me and Lena at a restaurant. Captioned, he doesn't even know. February 6th, she was already cheating back then. So now I'm dealing with more than just infidelity. I'm dealing with a full-blown psycho who's been watching my life like a spectator sport. I'm honestly afraid this guy might try something. Final part 1 got the last word, and left them both in the dust. Hey Reddit, this is it, the end of the story. And yeah, I made sure it ended on my terms. When I left off, I had just found out Victor wasn't even his real name, just a fraudster with a fake identity, a suspended license, and a history of cons. My wife had been cheating on me with a literal conman in a fake Uber. And I had proof of everything. So here's how I wrapped it up. Step 1. The legal move. First, I lawyered up, immediately. My lawyer was brilliant. He told me to stop responding to Lena's psychotic messages and start collecting everything. The video, the texts, even her screaming meltdown, which, lucky me, was caught on our home security cam. All of it could help with the divorce. We had no kids, no prenup, and I had the financial leverage. So I filed, and hit her with divorce papers and an immediate motion to freeze our joint accounts. She didn't see it coming. Suddenly she couldn't go on her little trips anymore without my money. Boo-hoo. Step 2. The social detonation. I'd been quiet too long. So I sent a calm, factual message to her family and close friends, including screenshots and the video of her and Victor in the Uber. No rage, no insults, just the truth. She was humiliated. Her mom called me in tears. Her sister said, I knew something was off. Apparently, Lena had been lying to her whole family, telling them I was the cold, distant husband. She painted herself like some trapped housewife. Guess what? Nobody's buying it now. Step 3. The Victor takedown. I reported Victor to Uber. Turns out the account he was using actually belonged to a guy who rents out fake Uber profiles. That account is now banned, and Uber is investigating the ring. I also filed a police report about the fraud and harassment, attaching screenshots of him posting photos of me, bragging, and possibly stalking. Cops said they're looking into it, which I'll take for now. Either way, his little side hustle is done. The aftermath. Lena tried calling me sobbing one last time. Said she made a mistake. Said she didn't know how to stop. Said he doesn't even want me now, he ghosted me. Oh, so Victor, the fake Uber guy with the stolen identity, dumped her as soon as I exposed him. She thought they had a future. He was just using her. Just like she used me. I hung up, blocked her, and went back to rebuilding my life. Final thoughts? I was married to someone who lied to my face every single day, gaslit me, and cheated with a low-rent conman in the back of a car. But now, I'm free. I sleep better. I laugh more. Hell, I even went on a date last week, and it felt good to feel normal again. To anyone reading this who suspects something's off in your relationship, trust your gut. You're not crazy. Thanks for listening, Reddit. I'm done being the fool. Time to start being me again.